more stunning news for you. I'm not perfect. Because no one is, exactly. How many here recently have made a mistake that falls under the category of what the heck was I thinking category? Can I give you one from today? I had written it down. We're going to talk about it later. What do organized people do? Say it with Mississippi accent. They write it down. What do organized people do? They write it down. But if you actually don't look at that list, is it still pretty useless? Because that's what I did this morning. I wrote it down to bring this cell phone holder that my daughters own, right? Because my daughter's trying to get into webcasting, right? And she got the little mic boom and everything like that. It's cool. These kids today, and their YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? We provided for her. And she had this cute little stand. So I thought, I'll set up a stand and I'll videotape it, right? Of course, I'm driving up here doing an art workshop on organization, reliability, time management. I forgot the stand. It was on the list. The more you lead, the more mistakes you make, right? And I loved James's ending about being authentic, right? About, you know what? Nothing wrong with wearing a nice shirt. Nothing wrong with making sure the hair is in the right place. And the classic, because I learned the hard way, anything in my teeth before I speak? Because one time I did an entire speech. Any questions? And that guy said, yeah, did you have broccoli for lunch? I said, well, oh man. Sorry, we didn't know what to say. You could have said, there's broccoli in your teeth. The more you lead, the more you screw up. We don't expect perfection, but we do expect honesty. And let's take a lesson from a great man that maybe you've never heard of. And his name is Manute Bol. And Manute Bol, originally from Africa, English was not his first language. And when he passed away 5 years ago, ESPN, the major sports outlet in the United States, said, and I quote, "The man that gave us my bad has passed." And here's the story. It may be an urban legend, but here's the story. The story is that because English was not his first language, and he first arrived to play for the LA Clippers in the early 80s, Manute Bol, pictured here, beside Hall of Famer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Manute Bol, who still has the biggest wingspan in the history of the NBA, 8'6", who stood 7'11", but unfortunately a lot of tall people also have heart issues, and that's what he died of. And so what happened was he was at one of his first practice with the LA Clippers and shot a pass over a teammate and totally flubbed it. And what did he say, folks? He said, oops, my bad. Well, of course, his teammates who grew up in Cleveland and Orlando and LA thought it was kind of funny. So next time they made the mistake, they said, oops, my bad. Not so much making fun of, that English is not your first language, but more of a camaraderie thing that has now literally become part of North American lingo, has it not? But what oops does is it clears the air, doesn't it? You're right, I forgot that. Oh, I was supposed to do that, wasn't I? I didn't call that person. Or the more difficult one, yeah, I handled that improperly, I'll go talk to them. Right? Oops. Because going back to that other statement on the first page there, because it's not the screw up, you yell back, it's the cover up. It's not the screw up, it's the cover up. It's not the screw up, it's the cover up. It drives people crazy. Am I not correct? You know what would be refreshing? Try this if you get into politics, and please some of you do. Not that they're all horrible. They're not. Actually, I have a lot of empathy for them. Sometimes one makes some bad decisions, and about 5 others get painted with that same brush. I give the example of America right now. I do a lot of work in America. You just saw a great American a few minutes ago, did you not? I say to my American friends all the time, right now, 3 to 5, mostly men, yeah, there's been a couple of women too, that have been representing your company to your country to the world, and it has not been the best face, has it? No, it has not. No, it has not. When in reality, people like the Jameses of the world are who I tend to work with on down there. It's wonderful, right? How refreshing it would be if you're in a position of leadership and say this. Watch. Welcome to this press conference. So anyhow, we had this idea. Maybe a building project, maybe a way to get people off the streets, maybe a social work project. We had this idea. we thought it would work. It's not. So we're going to learn from these lessons and go a different direction. And here's some of the things we're going to do to go in that different direction. Questions? Wouldn't that be refreshing? Would that not be, instead of the cover up, oh, it's working, oh, it's working. Then somebody says, actually, this, and this aren't. We're getting there. It's not the screw up, it's the cover up that drives people crazy. So if you can make your motto that we're not expecting perfection, but just some honesty. A wholehearted apology goes a long way to quell controversy. And whether you're in a relationship with one special person, part of a family, which we all are, circle of friends, leadership organization in your place of worship to this college, and of course you're all going to be in a company of some sort, let alone just even self-employed, where my only employee is technically my wife. She does my books. And she's my wife. 20 years this summer. Yeah, it's last summer, on the summer. So I'm here to tell you, it just quells controversy. Now you've made a mistake. What are you going to do to fix it? Now that you've made a mistake, what are you going to do to fix it? So I got the idea for this bit because I read. I really encourage you to keep complementing your education with reading. Sometimes you find it in the most remote of places. I love pulling out the Air Canada magazine when I fly in Air Canada because there's some interesting articles in there. This bit came from Maclean's magazine. And it was a man writing an article about the power of the screw-up. That's why it caught my attention. The article was called The Power of the Screw-Up. The idea being, when we don't acknowledge our screw-ups, we keep going the screw-up way, right? And we keep making mistakes. It was highlighting corporations, and Waterloo needs to look no further than a company called what? BlackBerry, right? Right? And they just got caught in a rut in that 07, 09. And they just were not prepared for the Galaxy and the iPhone, and here we are. We're literally, Blackberries went from my 13-year-old niece going, "You have a Blackberry, can I touch it?" Which is exactly what you want a 13-year-old to do, right? If you're selling something, because they want their own when they're 15, correct? Yeah. To, Blackberries are literally paperweights, are they not? Right? And yet I still prefer that QWERTY keyboard over the iPhone keyboard. Right? We had a few years with, I miss it, man. I miss it. Yeah. But back to my story. He pointed out this great company called Bessemer Venture Partners, or BVP. And again, on my handout, the website will be on there if you don't feel like writing it down. Now, what's your classic website? Because I have it too. Here's how great I am, and here's my references and what I've done. Classic website, correct? What I love about BVP is they actually list their screw-ups. Let me explain what BVP is. North America's Shark Tank, North America's Dragon's Den. The real ones. Oldest one since the turn of the century, since around World War I. And they are venture capitalists, which means you have an idea or your company is growing, you go to them to get that next uptick in funding, a la Dragon's Den, a la Shark Tank, to go to the next level. And what I love about their website is that they're so frank and honest. Look at this piece. Our long and storied history has afforded our firm an unparalleled number of opportunities to completely screw up. Refreshing, isn't it? Because what it says is, hey, you come to us with this idea. We're going to work with you on this idea. But if we make some mistakes along the way, we try this and it doesn't work, we're more than willing to stop, say, oops, everybody, my bad, or we're going to go in a different direction, and we're going in a different direction. Wouldn't that be refreshing if you have a baby, a project, a company you want to expand? Yeah, I want to work with these people. Because that's what happens. Being honest about your mistakes and being genuine, as James just highlighted, doesn't lower people's perception of your reliability. It increases it, doesn't it? I don't know about you, but I was enjoying James's bit of a off the top of his head rant about everybody's own inner struggles, that it was pin drop quiet, wasn't it? Because everybody just related to a little bit. My wife being away for a week on Thanksgiving, leaving me behind with 2 kids, and ill aunt because her aunt is in palliative care, and how difficult that is for her dad, and her dad doesn't want to travel anymore because he just had bladder cancer surgery. But we all have our things, correct? That's just my past week. By the way, just my bringing my daughter here today is my way of saying to her again, thank you, sweetie. She was such an awesome, awesome leader within our house with my 10-year-old daughter, right? And my niece moves in. She's 21. She's at ECE at Conestoga College, just like you. But because she's trustworthy, I trust her with my greatest treasure, my 2 daughters, right? And I'll slip around her house and give her a $50 bill later on today as my way of thanking her, right? Because the little things are everything. The house was clean when I got home. Dishes were done, right? And then honesty, then fix it. Honesty, then fix it. Daddy, the bunny chewed a hole in the couch, which it did, right? And we're not sure why. It's not their fault, right? So, what did BVP do? Well, thanks to BVP, we have Staples. You ever heard of Staples? Skype. You ever heard of Skype? Right? Dick's Sporting Goods, United States. LinkedIn. You heard of LinkedIn? Yeah, they're the main financial backer for that, so they did well on that. VeriSign, which backs everything that Visa sells online, right? Yeah. Have you ever heard of the ones that they screwed up on? These are companies they could have invested in, and they said, are you ready? No!
Apple.
Hilarious. This is Apple in 1977. They could have bought like almost a quarter, if not a half of Apple in 1977. Their excuse? We thought it was overvalued. They made a mistake, didn't they? They kind of made a mistake. Oops, yeah, oops, everybody, oops. Exactly. eBay, when eBay sat down with them in the late 90s, they did their presentation, they left. You actually read this quote. The owners of BVP looked at each other and said, stamps, coins, comic books, you've got to be kidding me. Pass, we're passing. I'm going to want to hear this presentation again. Oops, everybody, oops. The best story is Google. The biggest company in the world, Alphabet now, by market capitalization, the biggest company in the world. Apple is 3, Exxon, or maybe 2. Exxon is up there too. So, one of the directors of BVP knew the woman renting the house and the garage to Larry and Sergey as they're in the garage. This is the garage stage of Google. And actually said to him, there's these 2 Stanford boys in my garage working on I think they call it a search engine. But I wouldn't, I'll be patient with this man. I don't know about you, Sarah and anybody else over the age of 30 in the room. Friday night, long week of work, second glass of red wine, nice meal. Oh, before you leave, do you want to go talk work again? I don't know about you, you probably don't want to. So that was it. So his actual line on the website is, no. How can I leave your house without going anywhere near your garage? Imagine if you would have met Larry and Sergey. We were just getting started. Yeah, well, I own a company that can back this. For half the company, sure. That's what they had from Google. At the time, Larry and Sergey would have thought that would have been a steal, right? But what it says to all of us is if this company, North America's largest backers of finances, can say, hey, we screw up too, so should you and I. Because the little things are everything. Honesty and then fix it. Cut off there, Tori.